Hi, it's Stephen from Warwickshire Library and Information Service, and I'm here today to show you how to make music with GarageBand. GarageBand is an app that comes with all iPhones and iPads, so it's completely free if you have one of those devices and should already be installed on the device. To start a new project, tap on the plus icon in the top right-hand corner of the app once you open it. From here you will see all the different instruments that you can use. Under the heading of tracks here at the top, I'm just scrolling through to show you what's on offer. Today we're going to be focusing just on the tracks instruments. So to start off, let's look at drums. So if I tap on drums and go for smart drums, so this is what the smart drums instrument section looks like. To begin with, I'm going to change where it says hip hop drum kit and switch for the classic studio kit. And now if you just want to hear what some of the instruments sound like, here I am just tapping along. And now you'll see I can drag the instruments into the work area in the middle. On two ends we have quiet and loud, and on the other two ends of the square we have simple and complex. Depending on where you place the instrument within this grid system, it could either be a very quiet and simple sound, or it could be a very loud and complex sound. So that's what these instruments sound like in this arrangement. Now if you'd like to have a bit more fun with this, you can always just tap on the little image of the die at the bottom left hand corner, and this will randomise the instrument selection across the grid. So you can see and hear that produces very different sounds depending on the arrangement of the instruments across the grid system. Let's go back to laying out the instruments roughly where we want them. And from here I'm happy with this sound, so what I'm going to do is record. The way to record this sound is to tap on the record button at the top of the screen. You'll notice that there's a metronome sound ticking along as you record. You can toggle this off after you've recorded just by tapping on it, and this won't happen again. Now when we play back what we've recorded, you'll see that it's just the instruments you can hear and you won't hear the metronome. So with that first track recorded, if we tap on this icon in the top left hand corner of the screen, you'll see this track view. And in here we've got our classic studio kit, and it's laid out with the sound just like that. And if you swipe across on the left hand side of the screen, you'll expand your options for that instrument. If I hit play here, you can listen to it as well. Notice that you can also adjust the volume with the slider on the left. Now to compose a more complete track, we can add another instrument into this by tapping on the plus icon in the bottom left hand corner. So for this to accompany the drums, I'm thinking of going with a bass. So I'm going to tap on the smart bass button here. Now in with the bass instrument, I'm going to keep this on the Liverpool guitar. And you can see that you can switch between chords and notes on the top right hand corner. And we're going to go with notes today. And with notes you get this great feature called autoplay. So if I toggle that to 1 and just tap on the note of C, you'll see that it's producing different sounds on its own accord with the autoplay feature. And as I cycle through the setting 1, 2, 3 and 4, you'll hear the different sounds. So I quite like the simplistic number 2 setting, so I'm going to go with that. So to record this, I'm just going to tap on the record button again, and you'll notice now that you can also hear the previous drums as well, so you can get a flavour of what they sound like together. that all recorded, we can go back to the multi-track section of the app by tapping on the button in the top left. Now from here, with the volume mixer icons on the left hand side of the screen, we can adjust the relative volume of each instrument against each other. And once you're happy, we can move on to add the third and final instrument for this little video. I want to go ahead with a guitar sound as my lead instrument here. So once inside, I'm going to change this to a classic clean electric guitar sound. And similarly to the bass guitar, I'm going to have it on the note setting and use the autoplay feature. So as I cycle through the settings, you'll be able to hear all the different sounds of the autoplay under the classic clean. I like the sound of setting 4 for this lead guitar, so I'm going to go ahead with that and record that on top. And now as you listen to it all being recorded, you can see that it all kind of fits together and it makes a nice little sound. And then finally from there, when we go back to the multi-track section of the app, we can fine-tune all the different volumes between the instruments. And then once you're finished and happy with where it is, you can save the song. So to do that, we just need to go back to the project view within GarageBand by tapping on the icon in the top left hand corner to revert back to the project selection, and then press and hold on your project and choose Share. This will give you the option for song, ringtone and project, and today I'm going to go with song just to save it as a nice audio file. And from here you can select the audio quality as well as some other settings. If we go save to files, we'll be able to choose where we want to save this. And that's it, you've made a small piece of music using GarageBand. So the challenge here would be for you to have a nice little play with the app and see if you can produce all sorts of different sounds. There are far more functions than what I've shown you here today to have a good play with, and you can do some great pieces of music with it. Thank you very much for watching. For more information on Let's Make within Warwickshire Library and Information Service, please visit www.warwickshire.gov.uk/libraries.